Hello, one and all. Welcome to the show that has conversations at a piece of furniture that is usually reserved for eating. I'm Joe Beretta.
I'm McTurney.
I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
You guys give us suggestions via the hashtag Table Talk on the Twitters and the r/SourceFed on the Reddit. So we're going to jump right in. We're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to act like we're family sitting around this damn thing. Here we go.
Okay, can you pass the peas?
You shut your dirty mouth. You get better grades and you'll get your peas.
Oh, I've never had a problem getting better grades.
And you never let us forget.
This one. I'm so smart. All right, so Adam395 says, what do you hope to see invented in the future?
Teleportation.
Teleportation. Is that something you invent?
Yeah, like a teleportation chamber.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be cool.
Then you do need the chamber at the other place, though. So
Yeah, it's like a station kind of thing.
I can't imagine that there's any way to do that without something going. We're so complex on a molecular level that you would have to be first ripped apart on that level and then recombined back at the other place. And I just can't see everything falling back where it's supposed to be.
Never happen.
It's like in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. They tear them apart and then put them back together with the candy bar. And it also reminds me of, have you been on, it may not even be there anymore, Alien Encounter in Disney World, Florida?
No.
Scariest gosh darn ride ever. And you know I'm scared of aliens. But it's like this whole teleportation thing. Like, they're going to teleport in this guy to talk to you about their latest space research, and they teleport in a terrifying alien, and you're sitting in a dark room, and this alien teleports into the teleportation tube, and then the lights go dark, and you hear a shatter of glass.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And it's all special effects from there, like
I
breathing on your neck, and it's so scary.
That's great.
But that's what I'm like, so teleportation is cool in theory, until something
it's
like that
whole,
happens.
Like,
is that okay?
It's the whole basis of the movie The Fly. You guys all seen The Fly with Jeff Goldblum? You've never seen The Fly?
No, but I like Jeff Goldblum.
You should see The Fly.
Is it scary?
It's a horror movie, but
Yeah.
it's got cheese to it, but it's really good. Is it Cronenberg? It is Cronenberg. Yeah, and he goes dark and just weird with it all the time, but it's just a fly goes into the teleportation chamber, and when he comes back on the other side, I mean, it's not like going from like England to the United States teleportation. He literally has two chamber pods, and he's basically figuring out teleportation for the first time, and a little fly flies in when he teleports, and then his molecular structure gets combined with the fly. And it's good. Like practical special effects, all of The Thing, which is also great. Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, The Thing is fantastic.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about
I feel like that's how I'm
teleportation.
going to feel when we're doing the blood typing kits, is I'm going to feel like I'm in The Thing. Like, smearing.
Just testing yourself. Have you never seen The Thing either?
I don't watch horror movies. You guys know this.
That's at least one. It's really good, and you don't really see it, so it's like. I don't
The
know.
Thing is scary, but it's one of those more like cool scary
Yeah,
movies.
exactly,
Like it's
yeah.
not, you're not gonna like hide under the covers when you go to
Okay.
bed or anything.
Yeah.
It's definitely
It's
worth
really
a watch.
good.
Kurt Russell's amazing in it.
Well, I
So
think
good.
all the horror movies I've ever seen in my whole life have been in this office.
Really?
Because you guys talk me into watching
We should do The
them
Thing
and
for
like.
the movie. I think it's on Netflix.
I don't. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, if
think
it is, we should totes do it.
We should definitely do The Thing.
gotta stop saying that.
Future stuff. Like, we all want to see the hoverboards. We all want to see the flying cars, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. I still contend flying cars will never happen, like, at least in a functional
Well,
humans
yeah,
are allowed to use them.
haven't they had like prototypes for them for
Yeah, I mean,
ages?
Not for flying though. They
Well,
can
hovering,
hover,
yeah.
but only like 6 inches off the ground. So
Oh, you guys talking hoverboards or cars right now?
I'm
No.
talking hover cars.
Hover
Yeah,
cars.
but there's no like flying.
There's no
cars.
jets.
Like even so, like
style,
we made cars
Fifth Element
that
kinda.
fly, but we will never, as a society, be able to use them because people suck and we can't have cars.
Oh, we'll
flying
kill
out of the
each other.
sky.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Like,
will
it'll
kill
never
each other
happen.
so hard. Can you imagine road rage, but like in the sky? We're done.
yeah.
We're done as a human race.
People throwing crap out of their cars
Yeah.
when they're flying and
Yeah,
stuff.
people dying on the ground. Also,
Pee bottles full of pee just flying
No.
out of the sky all the time.
No.
Well, oh yeah,
True, they do that.
yeah.
Truckers do that.
Yeah, all
Here's
the time.
something weird.
Not just truckers.
I've always kind of wanted to be able to do that. Like I think if
in a bottle?
I woke up in the morning and like suddenly like, ooh, today I have a penis for 24 hours. What am I gonna do? I think I'd want to pee in a bottle.
I would say one of the cool advantages of being a man, minus not having to go through that whole menstruation thing, is the ability to direct my pee wherever the hell I want it to be.
But I've learned from r/foo on Reddit that it just goes wherever it wants sometimes.
The pee?
Yeah.
I mean, there is the potential for that to happen.
Right. I've seen a lot of rage comics about it being like, me.
Are you talking about like the double stream that can occur?
Apparently, all sorts of different things can happen. You can get like a little double stream. You can get like a left turn at Albuquerque, apparently.
I've never had like such a abrupt turn that I was surprised, but I've definitely had the double triple stream every once
That
in a while.
makes me think of like a water gun, like a super soaker double stream.
Yeah.
Is that what it's like?
It just like gets cut and goes both ways, and it gets cut by the residue of a fun night. That dries. So the residue of a fun night dries in the opening, and it just becomes a little.
I have a gross question.
Wow.
Does
Fork
the
in the road.
dry residue eventually come out too?
Yeah, like
Sorry.
what happens is like, it goes like this. So you sit there in the morning like, oh god, here we go, another just normal pee, and then it's like boom, and you're like, yeah, it's not a normal pee. This is awesome. I love it. And then after about 10 seconds, it just goes. Boop, and back to straight.
Okay.
All right, okay.
You fight through it through the natural process, right, DJ? I saw that face. You know what I'm talking about.
CJ,
Yeah.
CJ is shaking his head. DJ's giving the thumbs up.
Yeah, that's Owen. Oh, CJ's over there. I thought you called it Owen CJ.
No,
You know the double stream? That's right.
doesn't know
Owen
the
knows the
double
double stream.
stream.
You girls could be doing the
Owen.
double stream, but you don't freaking know. That's the tragedy of being a girl.
I don't know. I don't inspect my pee.
I don't expect it. I just enjoy the show.
Well, yeah, you can. It's not.
Well,
for a girl, you'd have to be like.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it'd have to be. I dropped the topic.
Yeah, peeing is no fun for girls. No fun.
Well,
You just get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like peeing can be an enjoyable, fun thing for a
Here's
group
the
of
thing,
friends
it's
to do
actually,
together.
and I
It
would
can be
I'd venture to
relaxing
say-
for a girl.
Yeah, but I'd venture to say it's a hassle for girls. If
Yeah.
you're in the woods,
That
you gotta worry about peeing on your
yeah.
feet. You gotta worry
Tragedy
about all
being a
sorts
lady.
of shit.
Yeah, squatting is never
It's not
as
fun.
easy as they make it sound. They're like, yeah, you just squat.
Hop a
No,
squat.
it's gonna it's
There's
gonna get
your
on
feet. Yeah, it's gonna get on your feet.
Man, it sucks to be a lady.
It does.
you. So yep, if I had a dick for one day, I'd pee in a bottle.
At Dale Boyd says.
You wait, you wouldn't have sex with that dick? You wouldn't like go see what that feels like?
No,
Well,
you
see,
should pee
that's
in the
what
bottle.
everybody like. Meg's always like, first thing I do, I'd fuck something. I'd fuck anything. Yeah.
Everything.
And I don't know. I mean, I
wouldn't
guess I'd
stop
probably do
pumping
that
until
too.
hour 24.
I've always been fascinated by
You could-
American Pie when he fucks the pie. I'm like, does that feel good?
You could do both at once. You could either you could F the bottle and pee in it, or you could F a human and pee in it.
Oh, that reminds me of Weird Al. Isn't that Weird Al's song "Weenie in a Bottle"?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that Weird Al song, F a human and pee in it, which is a
Not
parody.
a lost
It's a
album.
parody of "Wind Beneath My Wings."
No,
Really?
Weenie in a bottle is
human
genie in a
and
bottle, but he gets his weenie stuck in a bottle because he's having sex with
Curious.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
At Dale Boyd says, not at, he's on Reddit. When did you realize that you had become an adult? Mine was when I knew I had to go to bed early or I'd be tired for work. Sad realization ever. Lots of love from Australia. Oh, hello.
Mine was when I realized I couldn't have ice cream 3 meals a day. That happened in college. Because, you get to the college cafeteria and no one's regulating your food. That was a big deal for me. I was like, I can have cereal for all 3 meals. I can have soft serve ice cream out of this machine for all 3 meals. I can do whatever I want. And I had ice cream for all 3 meals for like 3 days, and then I felt very
You
ill.
almost died. Momentary diabetes. I never felt like an adult in college, ever. I feel like college is more playtime and adolescent
Oh, it is.
stupid actions than high school is. You're not grown up yet. You have this freedom that you've never experienced in your life
And
with all your
everything's paid
friends,
for.
and there's no like parental interaction or anything. And yeah, no, college was just
College was playtime for
just
sure.
fun. After I left college, I think the easy answer for me is when I had a child. But the even before that was when I left college, and then like bills and taxes.
I was going to say taxes. The
All
first
this other stuff.
The
which,
first time I had to do my own taxes, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't do taxes last year, and it's like, my dad was like, you're an adult, you're supposed to do your own taxes, and I'm like, am I gonna be in trouble?
I'm going to jail.
Also, I didn't, that was great. But also this, Trisha and I had this discussion last year, around this time, Trisha informed me that when you make freelance money, you still have to pay taxes on that, and I was like,
a lot of taxes.
A lot of taxes.
it was
Real
really,
taxes.
thank God I'd only made like $1,000 last year in
we
freelance
had
money,
to
but
sit down and talked about itemized deduction.
Yeah, you gotta
it was a really scary day for me.
grab those write-offs and claim them.
Yep.
But it's like, and it's the little things that you don't think about when you're in college and high school and stuff, like car insurance. Like if you buy a car,
Yeah.
it's not just the car payments that
No,
you're paying.
no,
You're
you
paying
gotta
car
add that
and
insurance
license
on it.
fees and all this other stuff, and it all adds up.
Registering your car,
and you don't-
stuff like that.
So high schoolers out there, like really, maybe even like ask your parents, sit down, like tell me about the real world for a second. I think schools, both high schools and colleges, a required class it's just called the real world, where they teach you about taxes and bills and medical
Well,
stuff,
I think
because
like
you don't think
economics.
about them.
You have economics as a senior, at least in Texas, it's required, but they don't teach you about like bills and stuff. They teach you about like the principles behind economics. That's not what you need. You need to learn like, hey, this is how you pay your taxes, and actually, if you're getting a return and you don't pay, then you're not in a huge amount of trouble.
I mean,
but
you
if you
should have to
owe,
do
you're
your
definitely in
taxes
trouble. You know what
once
I
in
mean?
this
Yeah.
class.
I took a class in college, but I took it as an elective. It wasn't required. That was like personal accounting or something like that, where they went over taxes and that kind
Or
of
like,
stuff.
you're
but
going to rent an apartment when you're 22. It's going to cost you $500 a month, depending on where you live. Not LA.
then would you like renter's insurance?
So-
Because that's going to add on top
But
of
it's not
that.
$500 a month. It's $500 a month plus, do you love playing video games and watching TV? There's your cable bill, electricity, water. Sometimes you have to pay for garbage to be picked up. Like, it's all these things that you don't realize, and then it's kind of like a momentary depression. I think everybody has a quarter life crisis that people don't talk about.
yeah.
I did. I bought a car.
Yeah, you hit 25 and you think you're on top of the world, but then you realize, oh my God, the world isn't as freaking simple and easy as I thought it was going to be. It's not the end of the world by any means. You get through it, but I think people could be better prepared for it.
And then for me, I found a whole new respect for my parents at that point too, because I was like, wait, you guys were doing this the whole time? God, I was
One
so
of the
unappreciative.
I would love to know, and I still don't know, is how to figure out what your rent should be based on your income.
Oh, I can help you with that, girl. I'm real good at
Places
that.
won't. I tried to get a loan once because your rent is so high in LA. I was trying to like get a car or
So
something like
high.
that. If your rent is too high compared to what you are earning, you straight up just can't get loans. You can't
get loans.
They look at that. They're like, you're paying like 1/3 of your salary for rent. We're not going to give you any money, idiot.
Yeah, and big buildings out here, if you're going to rent from a big building, you need to have proof of income to even apply, and you need to prove that you make 4 times per month in income what your rent is.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it's that's what they say it should be. They say it should be 1/4 of your monthly income is your rent. Because then if you figure your other bills, your car plus everything else equals another 1/4, then that gives you half of your monthly income in bills and half of your monthly income for gas and food and spending.
We'll end the most boring segment
that's
on
the
Table
supposed
Talk
breakdown.
ever with this. Also, stay the frick away from credit cards. If you get one, you get it to build your credit. You pay for whatever you're paying for. You go straight home. You get online and you pay it off.
Don't pay it off.
off.
Don't pay it off.
Pay it off.
Do not pay it off.
I say pay it off. I pay mine off at the end of every month,
That
unless
sucks.
it's a big. I know you're going to say keep 1/3 of the balance.
Here's the thing. My mom's a real estate agent. She checked people's credit scores for part of her job, and she knows what builds a good credit score and how to actually build credit. And if you keep at least 1/3 that's left on your credit card, you're making the payments every month. I'm telling you, here's why.
That is better to raise your credit score, technically, but it's easier to just pay it off.
To explain that paying it off every month doesn't establish that it's establishing that you're responsible enough to make a payment every month builds good credit. So if you pay it off every month, even though you're paying it off every month and it seems like that should mean that you're responsible enough, it doesn't establish a history
Then I'm
of
going to
paying
find the middle ground for what you're saying.
Keep $20 on it.
If
You know what
that,
I mean?
yeah, that, or if you're already making a car payment that month, you may not have to worry about something like that.
Yeah.
Credit
I know,
cards are a dangerous black hole.
Well, I paid for college on them, so yes, I know they're a dangerous black hole. But someone was asking me recently how to build credit, and so I investigated, and that's what I discovered.
But going back to the fun part of this conversation, college, I was just going to say that I tell the kids that I tutor, get through high school. Yes, high school is a pain in the butt, but do well in high school because when you get into college, it's all fun time.
I love
There's
I
so
loved
much
college.
But I
leisure
loved high
fun
school, too.
time.
Yeah, me too.
See, I didn't. I worked my buns off all through high school, and then college was like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever.
You got to find a balance. You can work your buns off and still have fun.
Fun, exactly.
Oh yeah, I didn't. No. I was 12 hours a day of class and homework, and then I went to college and took college courses at night, so I'd be ahead when I got to college. Yep, weird. Slippery diaper dip on Reddit
good. It's pretty
says,
good. Gross.
what is a what if daydream that you have? I.e., what would you do if the bank you're in got robbed, or what if you were in a hostage situation?
I often, and this is so dark, I often have, what if someone came in with a gun right now? What would I do? All the time.
Oh my God, really?
All the time. After the theater shooting in Aurora, anytime I was in a theater, I would think about it.
I thought about that after that too.
Are you a hero, or do you realize that you're a weak human being and you would hide?
Here's the thing. At the beginning of every what if, I'm like, okay, well, it's okay. So if they came in, they would be at this office. How much time would I have to warn people? And then I'm like, okay, so if they came into the SourceFed office, so they come in this door, I got enough time that I could probably make it out of the FHP bin before, I'm fucking everyone else, I'm taking the fuck off because I got a dog. Like, I always think
What's
about
pretty funny about that?
I extrapolate things like my apartment is
Joe's
locked
wife and kids. No, I got a dog.
Here's the thing, I'd be in the writer's room. I'd let the writer's room know, but I always think about, like, if I got hurt,
everybody else.
are you running around the office with a gunman to tell everyone? I don't think so, Paul Revere.
Oh, I just think it's hilarious.
But I think about, like, here's the thing I think about, and I think about it when I'm in traffic too. If I get hit and I go to the hospital or something, my dog, like, nobody else lives with me, and she's gonna be there by herself, and how do I get keys to someone to feed Penny? And Penny's gonna die
I'll feed
before
Penny.
I can get back out of the hospital.
Penny wouldn't pick me as her first choice, but I'd come and feed Penny.
I just
I
think
don't
about
think you would.
I don't think I would. I'm here.
Penny, that is how I feed Penny. I go, you want that? But I would. I'd give her sustenance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think about that in traffic a lot.
I have very detailed visions and daydreams of telling people off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of a non-confrontational person, and I also just don't think it's worth my time to engage in those moments. But they're like, I have just scripts in my mind of this is how it's going to go. You're going to say this, and I'm going to say this.
Yep.
And then I get so in-depth in them sometimes that you'll probably see me just sitting at my desk doing this.
I do that.
I do it in the car.
I do that in the shower. That's like my
Really?
shower is where I win all the arguments I didn't have that day.
Yeah.
And then I think of like my really sassy one-liner that's like, oh yeah, I hope they say blah 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 because I'm gonna say, oh yeah, well blah.
And then it never
goes
goes like you planned. Yeah, I do it in the car, but I'm the same way as you. Like, I'll actually start like getting into it, and then I'm like, everyone in the cars near me
Oh, yeah.
thinks I'm a psycho.
No, they don't.
Right
Here's
now.
the thing. The
Because
greatest
everybody
thing.
else is doing it.
No, the greatest thing about living in California is those people think you're talking on Bluetooth. Anywhere else they think you're psycho, but in California they're like, she's probably talking on her
Well,
Bluetooth.
or going to an audition, because I always do that in the car too. I'm like on my drive to an audition, I got my script over here, and I'm like, what was that?
Oh,
line?
that's
and then I'm
I
just
assume
practicing
everybody
the
in
lines.
LA is just doing their lines.
Yeah.
I just laugh at them. I
never
drive
thought
by
that.
and I laugh. I go, ha 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 ha
I
ha.
always think Bluetooth. I've never thought
No.
audition.
And I do it sometimes when the convertible top's down and I'm not thinking, and then I'm like, oh.
You can see what kind of scene they're in, like the emotion of the scene, if it's angry or if they're confused. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah, look for it. It's so funny.
auditions a lot of
Your
times.
future depends on this next moment. You guys, we got to have more positive daydreams. Jesus. We got some
I was gonna say, just to
negative
add to it, my
subconscious.
negative one that I have all the time, well, not all the time, but I've had it on more than one occasion, probably a few times a year, is because I always drive like lower to the ground cars, if I happen to rear end a big truck, even though it has those bars there, and it comes right at my windshield, will I have enough time to duck down in the seat that it doesn't decapitate me? This is
Right.
what I think. That, or when you're behind the big trucks that carry the cars, if they come down off.
Oh, I think about that a lot.
Like,
too, yeah.
it's always, do I have enough time to duck? And then will that save me? Or
I
will
think
me
if you're
being
thinking
in that
that
position
in the moment, you
hurt
just need
me
to
more?
merge lanes,
Yeah,
girl.
just get out of there. Get out of the
merge
situation.
That's what I'm like, because I'm a tiny person, so I get out of a lot of sticky situations by being small and dodging. So that's what I think. In that situation, could I just get small enough to save myself?
Wait, before you do this, I also think in a positive, for the positive ones, if I'm ever like in a relationship, like, oh, I'm ready to say I love you, but we haven't said it yet, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna say, so hey, I really like, and I totally play all
You
the
just sit there
scenario.
at your desk going,
Oh, and then I'll say I love you, and then he'll say, really, I love you too, and then it'll be so
and then if he says
wonderful.
no, I'm going to
No.
book it out the door.
No.
I'm going to FHP.
I'm always so deathly afraid of being like, hey, guess what? I love you. And I'm going, thank you. And that's the
They're gonna
end
pull
of the
the Emily from
conversation.
Friends.
Yeah, I can't.
I've had that happen to me before.
Have you
I've talked about it. All right. Tanya, this is the last one. We're going to do this so quick because it's been a long one. Tanya Torres, XCX from the Twit says, if you could travel on tour with any band, old or new, which one would it be and why? I think I've answered this before. Foo Fighters, 100%. Dave Grohl is the epitome of a lead man, and they're still kind of like old school rock and roll, so they're kind of partying and having fun and drinking and being stupid. And the cameos that they have, you're going to be integrating yourself with just a bunch of like music's best, and I think there's nothing better. And they're a world touring band. They're not just like, we're gonna do the States. You're going everywhere with the Foo Fighters.
Nice.
Fuck yes.
Sweet,
Number
do it.
one.
I'm going with X Japan. They rocked
I don't know
like
them.
nobody's business. Japanese band. They rocked like nobody's business. And Yoshiki and I would fall madly in love because I'd be in the past and he'd still
Sorry,
be hot.
Gab Gabs.
I'm going Green Day because I bet they party hard and they put on a fantastic show and they've been on tour forever. So they just never
you think
stop.
Green Day
Green Day
still
now
parties
and not
hard?
Green Day last.
I feel like Green Day doesn't party hard now. I feel like Green Day does their rock thing and then they're like, woo,
But
going to bed.
they put on a fantastic show. Like they party hard on stage, which is more what I care about. Like I don't need to like do any, like I'm not a drug person, so I'm not into that part of it, like the staying up all night after the concert. But their show is so fun and they have so much fun on stage that like I've seen them perform 3 times now, and all 3 times the other band that they were on with like didn't hold a candle in
Oh, that's
comparison
cool.
to how fun they were on stage.
Cool.
It'd be so cool.
Who
Practice
would
my Billy
you?
Joe.
Who would you go on tour with? Let us know in the comments down below.
Also, what do you daydream about? Let us know.
I hope it's not death.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us for Table Talk. It's been wonderful. We appreciate your eyes and your viewership and your loves. I'm Joe Beretta.
I'm McTurney.
I'm Trisha Hirschberger. Keep submitting topics. Hashtag Table Talk. SourceFed.
Gab
Our
Gabs.
SourceFed.
Gab Gabs. Sorry, Gab Gabs.
Oh, is that the new name?
Only Orlando Bloom can hold
I haven't tweeted this yet because I felt like it might upset you, but I think it's a good tweet. I was gonna say,
heard
hey,
it.
Meg Turney, and at Gav Gav, whatever your Twitter handle is.
I'm gonna go create that Gab Gab.
Did you guys know that your ship name is Gag?
Oh, that's awesome!
I told you. I was like, I don't think Meg will be upset by that
That's so
tweet.
much better than Turn Free. It's not even funny.
Gag is
Gag.
way better.
Gag is awesome. Dude.
Because it's either what you make us do when you talk about it, or it's what you do.
In the bedroom.